Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic, back to you again with another celebrity reading. This time it's going to be on the Kardashians. So it's been trending for a while now. Are the Kardashians going broke? People are saying Kylie's going broke, Kim's going broke, Kris is going broke, all this and that, the other. Especially Kylie, because she's been putting out all these random brands and keeps like making new businesses or whatever. And I figured we might as well take a look at it. We'll see what's really going on with their brands. I'll pull cards for them as a collective and then individually. I'll put a link to some of my last Kardashian readings up here. And remember, these readings are all ledger from tapers only. Now let's get started. Haven't given you Kardashian content in a while, so they've been quiet, which is unusual for them. What are you hiding? If you guys like these, make sure you join my YouTube members. There's a $5, $10, $15 tier. You get access to exclusive pick a card, story times, and you can win a reading from me. Also, if you haven't checked out my second YouTube channel, it's called Antphrodite, TEA. It's linked down below. I just uploaded a LA vlog on there when I went to LA, and me meeting Trisha and Holly Madison is in there. So I'm sure you guys like that. All right. So let's see. Let's look at the Kardashians. Are they going broke? Well, things are definitely changing. Okay, so things are changing. Things are definitely changing. Okay. The Eight of Wands is rapid change. The Knight of Cups is about growth. And the Tower is restructuring. It's like avoiding a dramatic catastrophic event or rebuilding from a dramatic catastrophic event. I definitely think they're struggling to rebrand themselves. I think that they're realizing that people aren't as obsessed with celebrity as they used to be. And I think they're kind of freaking out because it seems like people have outgrown them. So typically people grow with a brand or they grow with people, right? Especially celebrities, like you grow up. The problem is that when their fan base grows up, they move on. So they're having a brand loyalty issue right now, and I think they're panicking because they're like, how do we get people to trust us? Their trust is gone. I also think that there is an internal conflict within all of them where it's like, should we be more humanitarian? Should we be more conscious? Or should we just ride out the wave of like influencer? So I definitely think they're in the middle of like, they need to rebrand and they know they need to rebrand, but they can't figure out how. They're stuck. They're literally stuck. So when we talk about are they broke, I wouldn't necessarily say they're broke, but I would say that if they looked at their projected earnings, if they keep going the way they would go, they would be losing money. It would be a loss. Their businesses would be a loss if they keep going. The projected earnings are bad. And so they're not there yet, but they realize they need to change things. They need to change it quick. I think that they thought, especially with Nine of Cups, makes you think young. I think they thought that with the kids, people would be interested in the kids and they'd be able to do stuff with that. But I think they've quickly realized that while people are interested in the younger Kardashians and the kids doing things, it's more from a content perspective and not necessarily from a business perspective. And so I think they're kind of freaking out because they're realizing that the benefit to that is the shows, the TV shows, the content on social media, and it's not necessarily translating to money or business directly. So you're looking at them kind of feeling like, well, shit, our direction or our prediction in terms of where we're going to go with our direction is not really monetizable. I also think that they're worried about what that will do when it comes to monetizing children, right? That's a big topic that we're having. And I've been saying for the past 2 years in my social media readings, I've been saying that like children content and content catered toward children and things like that is going to be a big discussion. And I think they're realizing that. I think that's already being talked about behind the scenes, especially in politics and stuff. And I think Kris herself has probably realized that it's going to be extremely controversial and there's going to be a lot of laws and rules being put on children. So I think that they're frustrated because I think that there's a fly. I think that their focus is going to be having to be shifted from what they initially thought. Okay, I'm going to look at each one individually. So I want to look at Kylie first. So let's do this. Okay, Kylie, Kim. Let's start with those. So Kylie is the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is definitely impulsive. It is passionate, but it's impulsive, and it's like burning really hot at first and then fizzling out. So I think for her, her issue is people are only interested in Kylie in small doses. And I think people get very bored very quickly with Kylie. I think people feel very frustrated very quickly with Kylie. So it seems like when it comes down to like her brand and her goals, and it comes down to like making money, it's small bursts. I also think Kylie is definitely, I mean, I would say I'm not exactly sure how her earnings and spendings are going, but I would say that it looks like with the Knight of Wands, I'm a little concerned about her impulsively like doing things that aren't going to be financially beneficial. Like I wouldn't trust her with my finances, basically. Now, when it comes to Kim, the Ten of Wands reverse, which is the release of a burden. So I actually think that Kim wants to drop some things that are going on in her life to focus more on the things that are going right. I'd imagine Skims is probably her most successful, and there's a part of her that wants to drop everything and hyper focus. So they're kind of polar opposites, where it's like Kylie is kind of like really excited, bored, really excited, bored. And then Kim is like, no, I want to hyper focus on one thing. Like I should probably do that. But there's a part of her that feels like responsibility for all her other sisters. I think that Kim works so much because she's afraid if she doesn't, she won't be able to help her family. I do think that Kim is helping her family business-wise more than we realize, and maybe even financially. It's just Kim is carrying that family on her back, and she feels that way. She would love to spend more time, but she's worried. Okay, so then we'll do Chloe and Courtney. Courtney's busy with her man, which we're not shocked about. The King of Cups being reversed tells me that that's more of her bigger focus. But I will also say with the King of Cups, I think Courtney is just not a super, we know, maybe if you had a business that you were passionate about, you know what it takes to run a business, but you don't. So don't even act like you know what I'm talking about. We already know that Courtney's not passionate about business, and she never will be. So but Chloe is the Nine of Swords reverse, which tells me Chloe feels lost right now. I think she feels like she doesn't know what her identity is. I see her overthinking and overanalyzing, and stuck in her head and paralyzed. Now I know she has like OCD, right? So it doesn't surprise me that she's seeming like paralyzed. But I feel like she just feels like she doesn't know who she is. Like she doesn't really feel like she knows what her direction is. Who she used to be is not who she is now, and she feels very lost. I mean, if I were to give free business advice to Chloe, I would lean into her analytical, neurotic, almost like nature. Like when I pull a Nine of Swords, I'd be like, why aren't you like doing things when it comes to organization and making like an organization line or like a journal line so you can like keep things in tow? It's very Virgo-like energy to me. So yeah, I don't know. I see that more as like organization and needing to focus on that. But I will also say Chloe doesn't necessarily seem like the type that needs to be a CEO either. Chloe seems to like to organize other people's things. So it's not necessarily like her strength. So when it comes to are they broke, are they losing money, whatever, it's like, I mean, I don't think Chloe even thinks about it. Let's pull for Chris. Three of Pentacles. So yeah, Chris, I mean, business is business. The Three of Pentacles is a job, and Chris is still working. So definitely understand why she's controlling everything. But when we look at the Three of Pentacles, I think that people always talk about like, when is Chris going to retire? When is Chris going to retire? I do think that Chris enjoys working. I really do. But I also think with the Three of Pentacles, I think she feels like her work is not done. She feels responsible for, the success of her children, and she's frustrated because she feels like her work's not done, which is why I see Kim feeling the responsibility of the family because she's like, I have to work so hard because I don't want my mom still working. Let's look at Kendall. I forgot she existed for a second. Oh my God. The Six of Swords. I mean, funnily enough, for some reason, when it comes to Kendall, the Six of Swords is like the internet. So I actually think she can utilize social media the best out of all of them. I don't know how, but something to do with influencing maybe, or modeling, or maybe it has to do with maybe something of hers will go viral soon. But there's definitely something about the internet and Kendall, some sort of internet obsession with Kendall coming up here soon. I also see a lot of like travel and change. Kendall really likes change, I'm seeing here. And if that's not something she's into now, I don't really know anything about her. I do think as she gets older, she will tend to like it. So that's something I guess to look forward to. But with the Six of Swords right now, it's more along the lines of things are about to change really quickly. And I think she'll end up adapting to it and she'll enjoy it eventually. But I kind of just see like traveling, you know, change. I don't know. It just very much like when I go into Kendall's energy, she's just trying to enjoy life and not take it that serious. So for her, she's kind of just like, whatever. Like, I don't know. It's not like, I just don't think she cares enough. She just kind of is just like enjoying what's in front of her, and it's not really like, it's not that she doesn't work hard. It's just that she doesn't feel the need to. Like if she wants to, she will, but she doesn't feel the need to. She's very like relaxed about it. Compared to everyone else. Now, I want to go back to Kylie. I've always said that I feel like Kylie is like depressed. I still feel that with the Devil card. There's definitely some sort of like sadness and depression there. But the Four of Swords being reversed and the Five of Cups, yeah, Kylie is trying to prove herself. That is literally what's going on here. Kylie's trying to prove herself. So for her, she's like literally like, I need to prove myself. I think Kylie feels pressure to live up to Kim as well. Like, I feel like Kylie is kind of just like, especially, you know, I mean, Kylie Cosmetics used to be huge, right? And now it's not anymore. And I think there's a part of her that's like, I need to be back to that energy. How do I get back to that energy? And I want to like be where Kim is at, and I want to do all this. And I think she just feels like a failure. And it's like when you feel like a failure, you become a failure. And when you feel like a failure, you can't shake that right away. So it's just kind of like, I just look at Kylie as like almost like a shell of a person right now. And no shade, I feel bad for her, but it's almost just like there's so much pressure and expectation like put upon her that she never really had time to think for herself. And so she's kind of just going through the motions because I don't think she really has full autonomy of like what she is, who she is, what she wants to do. Like she just is like, I need to be as cool as everyone else, and I need to be as cool as I used to be. I used to be that girl, and I'm not that girl anymore. Like, what the fuck? So for her, I think it's kind of just like one of those things where she's like, it reminds me a lot of like what's happening with like some of the other people, some of the other artists I've read, like Dula Peep, for instance, where it's like she's kind of listening to what everyone else is saying. She'll get impulsive about something. Someone will bring something to her and she'll be like, okay, we'll do that. Instead of being like, I like this thing. I'm passionate about this thing. I want to do this. Like she's not like connecting with things. She's just saying, sure, whatever. I guess that'll do it. She's listening to everyone else when she should be listening to herself. And then Kim. I feel like Kim was supposed to work with someone or something, and it fell apart. There's a lot going on here. So Kim was supposed to work with someone, and it fell apart because of a cancellation. I'm also seeing Kim wanting to do business with one of her sisters and it going south. And I'm also seeing her very frustrated at her public perception for some reason. The Two of Swords, the Moon, and the Death card tells me that she is very upset with some form of public perception of her that's going on right now. Is it the money? It is. It is. I think she's upset because everyone's saying the Kardashians are going broke, also the other stuff. And I think she's upset because she's like, yeah, they would if it wasn't for me. Yeah, this entire brand would if it wasn't for me. She's mad. Kim is mad. Bro, Kim is mad. Mad. Like the Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles reverse, and the Page of Pentacles, like, yeah, bitch, I'm having to put money into things. I'm having to help people. I'm have to do all this shit. I think if we really knew all of the weight that Kim is pulling, we would be shocked. I also think some of the sisters don't realize what Kim is doing. I think a lot of the sisters think it's Kris, but it's Kim. I think that there are secrets between Kim and Kris. And I think that Kim has been doing a lot for Kris. I'm a little worried for Kris. Is Kris okay? Like, energetically, she feels a little low. So I'm like, her energy levels feel low. Is she okay right now? Because I feel like Kim is secretly doing things for her because she's like, I just see her worried about her mom. And being like, no, I'll do this. No, I'll do that. I'll do this. Like, you need to relax. You need to chill. Like, I see her doing a lot. And I feel like the girls don't realize what's going on. I think everyone is I think there's something going on. Oh, there's something going on with their finances too. Here it is. I do think their finances are at risk. And that's what that moon is. Allegedly for entertainers only. There is some secret that Kim is finding out about, and Kris is like, I didn't want you to have to know this. I didn't want you to find this out. Like, I'm dealing with it. We'll deal with it. It's okay. We'll figure it out. Don't let your sisters know. And Kim is like stressed beyond belief because Kim is the only one that knows. And I think Kim stumbled upon it because of something to do with businesses. I see Kim accidentally stumbling upon this. It's something that's existed for a very long time. Strength card, Page of Wands, and Hierophant. It's like a commitment that's been there for a while. And I think Kim is just now figuring it out. And I think Kim is freaking the fuck out. And Kris is like, we'll handle it. And I think the other sisters are in the dark about this. And I think Kim is freaking the fuck out, which is why we're seeing a big pull for all of these new endeavors. And we're seeing a big pull for Kim to kind of carry the weight because something's going on with where their money is being funneled into or something like that. And I think Kim is like, we need to make just in case. Like, it needs to be made from this and that and not this. It's almost like if it came from the wrong account, because I'm seeing like a wire transfer. So it's almost like if I transferred money to the wrong account, and it's like, I can deposit into my main account. I can't deposit into that LLC. That's what I'm seeing. It's like if it goes into the wrong place. That's what I'm seeing, allegedly. It's like the money is connected to someone else, and that person is not a person it should be connected to. And it's almost like if it was under investigation or some shit like that. So it's like money is connected to something it shouldn't be connected to. And I see Kim being like, what the fuck? No, we have to do it this way, and we have to make more just in case because it's not connected to that. Yeah, Judgment's reversed, Three of Swords in the world. Yep, that's what it is. That's why Kim feels so much responsibility and why I'm confused why the other sisters don't care. There it is. Public doesn't know. I don't even think... Yeah, Kris stepped in shit. Queen of Swords, High Priestess, and the Wheel of Fortune. I think Kris invested in something or did something. She took a big risk for something with someone that she trusted that she shouldn't have trusted. And I think they're paying the price. Yep. They're caught in the middle of a deal that they should not have been involved in. And it's causing a lot of gray area when it comes to their finances. What's interesting here is I don't know if I necessarily... I definitely see the seizing of funds or something. Or like the pay. It's almost like if you were dodging taxes and you had to pay taxes, you owe someone something. So something to do with the movement of funds and something being taxed, or, you know, because there's somebody's owed money. Like you look at the star, it's like celebrity. It's also like attention. And the Three of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, it's almost like if I hid something or hid money, or if it's like I gave money to the wrong place or something like that, and then you have to give it back. So it's almost like restitution, almost like. So I think that's a big thing that we're going to be that's going to be happening eventually. I'm not sure how public this will be. I'd be shocked if it wasn't, to be honest, because it does look like the Kardashians are not the only ones. But yeah, there's a bit of panic. I think that's also why they're quiet, because they don't really have anything to distract the public with. And I think they also realize that the public will not be able to be distracted from this. So they do have a major scandal coming their way. And it has to do with their money. So did not expect that. I'm going to leave it at that. Make sure if you guys like that, you join the members, YouTube members. Till next time. Bye, guys. Grr.